The sky above the Nevada desert was clear, offering an unobstructed view of the stars, a rare sight for those accustomed to the city's light pollution. On this particular night, however, the stars seemed to pale in comparison to the brilliant lights that pierced the atmosphere. A massive vessel, its hull glistening with unknown metals, descended with eerie silence, hovering above the earth like a colossal spectator. Inside the makeshift headquarters set up in a hurriedly evacuated hangar, Dr. Elias Vau stood among the world's top scientific and military minds. Next to him was General Marcus Flynn, a seasoned military strategist whose calm demeanor belied his keen anticipation. "Do you think they're hostile?" whispered Dr. Vau, adjusting his glasses nervously. General Flynn kept his eyes fixed on the live feed from the drones circling the alien ship. "We'll know soon enough, Doctor. Our job is to keep things peaceful if possible." The tension was palpable as they watched the alien ship open, releasing a smaller shuttle that landed gracefully a few hundred meters from their position. The hangar doors opened, and the human delegation, led by General Flynn and Dr. Vau, stepped out into the cool desert air, their faces a mix of curiosity and caution. As they approached the shuttle, a ramp descended, and three figures emerged, their bodies encased in sleek, iridescent armor. The leader, who they would come to know as Captain Ural, was noticeably taller and had a commanding presence. "Greetings, Earthlings," Captain Ural of the Zaro Empire communicated, not through sound, but directly into their minds. General Flynn stepped forward, extending a hand in a gesture of peace. "General Marcus Flynn, we welcome you," and Peace Ural looked at the offered hand, confusion evident before mimicking the gesture. "We observed your planet. You seem primitive yet survivable," Ural stated bluntly. Dr. Vau's interest piqued by the aliens' direct communication. "We have much to learn from each other. May I ask what brings you to Earth?" "To expand our knowledge and dominion," Ural replied without hesitation. "We seek planets that can be brought under the Zaro Empire. Initially, Earth did not seem worthy, but you have piqued our curiosity." Flynn's jaw tightened, but he maintained his composure. "Earth is not for the taking. We seek mutual respect and learning, not subjugation." Ural tilted his head, considering Flynn's words. "Interesting. You show courage unusual for such a young race." "It's our home," Vau interjected, "and it's defended by more than you see." Ural smirked, looking around at the barren desert. "We see no great cities from orbit, no significant technology." "What could you possibly defend yourself with?" Flynn exchanged a glance with Vau. It was clear the Xerox underestimated Earth's capabilities, judging them solely by the lack of visible advanced infrastructure. "We have our ways," Flynn replied cryptically. "Perhaps before making any decisions, you would like to see more of what humanity is capable of." Ural nodded slowly. "Very well, show us what your Earth has to offer." As they walked back toward the hangar, Dr. Vau leaned in to whisper to Flynn, "We need to be careful, Marcus. They're technologically advanced, but perhaps they lack in other areas where we excel." Flynn nodded, agreeing. "It's not just about weapons or ships. It's about our spirit, our ingenuity." "Let's hope that's enough." The delegation re-entered the hangar, preparing to showcase Earth's true potential. Inside the high-security conference room back at the base, the atmosphere was charged with a mix of anxiety and resolve as the human delegation regrouped. The alien visitors were escorted to an adjacent observation area where they could witness but not hear the discussions. General Flynn stood at the head of the table, his gaze sweeping over his team. "We've got one shot at this, everyone. We need to demonstrate not only our technological advancements but also the strategic depth we possess." "Thoughts?" Dr. Vau, still clutching his notes, was the first to speak. "Our history is filled with examples of asymmetrical warfare, where less technologically advanced civilizations have prevailed. We need to draw on that heritage. Also, the artifacts we've recently uncovered might give us an edge." Sergeant Major Linda Hart, a veteran in electronic warfare, chimed in. "We've been developing EMP-resistant systems and advanced drones that could give us tactical superiority without revealing too much of our more sensitive tech." Flynn nodded appreciatively. "Good, Linda. I want your team on this ASAP. Show them tech that's impressive, but not something they can easily replicate or immediately understand." Next to speak was Dr. Adrian Holloway, a theoretical physicist. "We've made leaps in quantum communication. It's secure, fast, and something they won't expect from observing our regular communications networks. It could showcase an unexpected level of sophistication." "Perfect, Adrian. Set up a demonstration. Make it clear we're not as primitive as they believe," Flynn directed. The meeting continued with each member contributing ideas, from showcasing advanced AI algorithms to subtle displays of cyber defenses. Each proposal was more innovative than the last, reflecting a civilization ready to defend its place in the cosmos. As the strategy session wrapped up, Flynn addressed the team with a stern finality. Let's be clear, we're not just defending Earth. We're asserting our right to exist as equals in this galaxy. Prepare all demonstrations for 0800 hours tomorrow. The next morning, Captain Ural and his officers were led to a secure military testing ground. The area was bustling with activity as various demonstrations were set up, each designed to impress and subtly intimidate. The first demo was Dr. Holloway's quantum communications network of drones. The drones performed complex maneuvers coordinated via quantum encrypted signals. The Xerox, accustomed to more conventional forms of communication, looked on with visible confusion and intrigue. Sergeant Major Hart followed up with a display of drone swarms that operated independently, reacting to simulated threats in real time. Their seamless operation and adaptive tactics were unlike anything the Xerox had in their arsenal. Dr. Vao took the stage to explain the significance of the ancient artifacts, cleverly omitting exactly how much had been deciphered. These relics are from a time when our civilization spanned the stars. We're only now beginning to grasp the full extent of our ancestors' capabilities. Ural watched intently, his earlier arrogance tempered by the display of human ingenuity and hints of a mysterious, potent legacy. You are full of surprises, General Flynn. Perhaps we underestimated Earth, Ural admitted, his tone more measured. Flynn stood firm, meeting Ural's gaze. There's more to us than meets the eye, Captain. We hope this gives you a reason to reconsider your intentions. As the delegation walked back to the conference room, Vao leaned over to Flynn. Do you think they'll back off? Flynn's response was measured but hopeful. We've shown them a fraction of what we're capable of. It's a start, but be ready for anything. This is just the beginning. The subsequent days were a blur of diplomatic engagements and technological showcases, each more elaborate than the last, designed to stall for time as Dr. Vao and his team worked feverishly to unlock the potential of the ancient artifacts. Deep within a secure underground facility, Dr. Vao sat surrounded by relics that hummed with a mysterious energy, untouched by time. Elias, you should see this, called out Dr. Nia Roberts, a colleague specializing in alien archaeology, from across the room. She was examining a holographic display that flickered with images of celestial alignments and complex mathematical equations. Dr. Vao hurried over, his eyes widening as he took in the data. This could change everything, Nia. If we can decode this, we might not just defend Earth, we could reclaim technologies lost to us for millennia. As they pieced together the fragments of knowledge, a clearer picture emerged of a time when humans were not just part of the galactic community, but leaders and pioneers. The artifacts contained blueprints for energy systems that dwarfed anything currently on Earth or in the Zaro arsenal. Meanwhile, General Flynn convened another meeting with Captain Ural and his officers. The room was charged with a tense energy, markedly different from the earlier arrogance displayed by the Xerox. Captain, our history is rich and deep. We have been leaders of the cosmos once before, and we are on the path to reclaiming that heritage. Flynn stated, his voice firm, projecting a confidence informed by the revelations unearthed by Dr. Vao. Ural, who had been skeptical and dismissive, now showed a flicker of respect. Your resilience is admirable, General, but do not think ancient history will deter the might of the Zaro Empire, Ural warned. It was then that Dr. Vao entered, carrying a small, seemingly ancient device. He placed it on the table and, with a simple gesture, activated it. The device came to life, projecting a three-dimensional star map of the galaxy with trade routes and strategic outposts that predated any known civilization, including the Xerox. This map isn't just a relic of the past, it's a testament to what we can achieve, Dr. Vao explained. What you see are the trade routes and alliances of our ancestors, established long before the Zaro Empire existed. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. The humans weren't just survivors clinging to a forgotten planet, they were the remnants of a once mighty galactic power. Given this knowledge, continuing hostility would be unwise, Flynn added. We are rediscovering our capabilities and will defend our sovereignty with everything we have. Ural studied the map, his demeanor shifting from superiority to contemplation. This changes things. We must discuss this development with the Emperor. There will be a pause in our plans for Earth. As the Xerox departed the room, Dr. Vao and General Flynn exchanged a look of cautious optimism. Keep digging, Elias. Whatever else is buried in our past might be the key to our future, Flynn urged. Back at the underground facility, Dr. Vao and Dr. Roberts intensified their efforts, driven by the newfound significance of their discoveries. Each artifact, each piece of data they decoded, brought Earth one step closer to reclaiming its forgotten prowess and possibly changing the dynamic of their interaction with the galaxy at large. The stakes were higher than ever, but so was the resolve to protect Earth and restore its legacy among the stars. Over the next few weeks, Dr. Elias Vau and his team worked tirelessly, diving deeper into the ancient artifacts and technology that once established humans as leaders in the galaxy. Their progress was rapid, fueled by the urgency of the Zaro threat and the potential of what they were uncovering. General Marcus Flynn monitored these advancements closely, planning to use every piece of rediscovered technology as a strategic advantage. He organized a series of covert operations to test these technologies in real-world conditions. The results were beyond promising. They were transformative. In a secure military base in the Rockies, Flynn watched as engineers and scientists deployed a newly reconstructed defensive system derived from the ancient blueprints. The system, which they called the Aegis Array, was capable of creating a high-energy shield over a significant area, making it impenetrable to conventional weapons. "Initiate the test," Flynn ordered, his voice echoing in the control room. The technicians complied, and within moments the Aegis Array hummed to life, a visible dome of shimmering light enveloping the test site, stunning everyone present with its efficacy and resilience. Flynn turned to Dr. Vau, who had just arrived from another session with the artifacts. "Elias, this could change defensive warfare as we know it." Vau nodded, his eyes reflecting a mix of excitement and exhaustion. "And there's more to come, Marcus. We've barely scratched the surface of the ancient cache. Every piece we decode amplifies our understanding and capabilities." Encouraged by the success of the Aegis Array, Flynn ordered increased production of the system, along with other technologies that were being revived from antiquity. One such technology was the Starlance drive, a propulsion system that could theoretically allow ships to travel faster than any current human or Zaro engines. While the engineers and scientists pushed the boundaries of technology, Flynn began shoring up Earth's defenses and offensive capabilities. He organized a fleet of newly equipped warships, each outfitted with the Starlance drive and other advanced weaponry. Discreetly, he positioned them in key locations across Earth's orbit. Meanwhile, diplomatic channels buzzed with activity as Earth's sudden leap in technological prowess did not go unnoticed. The Xerox, who had been biding their time, sent envoys to express their concerns and probe for weaknesses. Flynn met with each envoy, careful not to reveal the full extent of Earth's advancements. "We seek peace, but we will defend ourselves," Flynn stated firmly in one such meeting, his gaze unwavering. "Earth is not a planet that can be bullied or ignored any longer." The message was clear, and it resonated across space, reaching other civilizations that had begun to take an interest in the quiet blue planet that was suddenly asserting its ancient heritage. Back on Earth, public sentiment was a mix of pride and fear. News of the technological advancements brought hope, but the possibility of an interstellar conflict loomed large. Flynn addressed the world in a broadcast, aiming to reassure the public. "Fellow citizens, we are heirs to a great civilization, and though we face challenges, we do so with the might and wisdom of our ancestors," he declared, his voice resolute. "We are ready to defend our home and take our rightful place in the galaxy." As Earth prepared for potential conflict, Flynn and Vau knew that the real battle had not yet begun. The technologies unearthed were a significant advantage, but the determination and unity of humanity would be the ultimate decider in the face of alien threats. With each passing day, Earth grew stronger, more confident, and ready to meet whatever challenges came next. In the weeks that followed, Earth's newfound technological prowess became evident to all who observed the planet. General Marcus Flynn's strategic deployment of the Aegis Array had created a defensive network that deterred any low-level threats, giving Earth a previously unimaginable security blanket. The Xerox, initially poised for what they thought would be an easy conquest, found themselves reassessing their position. Captain Ural, whose disdain for Earth had turned to grudging respect, communicated to his superiors that Earth was not the defenseless target they had anticipated. Despite this, the Zaro command, driven by pride and the pressure to expand their empire, pushed for a direct confrontation, underestimating the strategic capabilities of humanity. Flynn, anticipating the likelihood of a confrontation, had prepared Earth's forces for an aggressive defense. He coordinated with naval commanders across Earth's newly formed space fleet, each vessel equipped with Starlance drives and advanced weaponry based on the ancient technologies. They conducted drills that simulated various forms of attack, ensuring that every crew member was proficient in the use of their new tools. Meanwhile, Dr. Elias Vauiu and his team continued to unlock secrets from the ancient artifacts. They had discovered a set of algorithms that improved the efficiency of energy weapons, allowing them to integrate these upgrades into Earth's armament. This technological edge was soon put to the test. The Xerox launched a coordinated strike, targeting Earth's major space stations with a fleet that outmatched any single Earth vessel in size but not in technology. As the first wave of Xaro ships approached, Flynn's fleet engaged the Aegis array. The shimmering dome of energy enveloped the stations, deflecting the Xerox's initial salvo of energy blasts. From the command center on Earth, Flynn watched the battle unfold. Deploy the countermeasures he commanded calmly, his eyes scanning the real-time data streaming in from the front lines. The Earth fleet responded with precise and devastating efficiency, utilizing the upgraded energy weapons to target the Xaro ship's vulnerabilities. Exposed by the arrogance of their design, which prioritized power over finesse, the Xerox vessels faltered one by one. Their shields failed under the relentless assault of Earth's enhanced weaponry. In a bold move, Flynn ordered a squadron of the fastest ships to flank the Xaro fleet, utilizing the Star-Lance drive to outmaneuver the enemy. It was a tactic that no one, not even the Xerox, had seen before. The Earth ships appeared almost simultaneously on all sides of the Xaro fleet, unleashing a barrage that overwhelmed their defenses. As the dust settled, the Xaro fleet was left crippled, their ships drifting lifelessly in space. Captain Ural, aboard his flagship now heavily damaged, sent a transmission to Flynn. "General Flynn, we have underestimated you." "Earth's defense is formidable," Flynn responded, not with triumph, but with a stern warning. "Captain Ural, let this be a lesson. Earth seeks peace, but we will defend our sovereignty without hesitation. Withdraw your forces, or the next engagement will end your conquest permanently." Back on Earth, news of the victory spread like wildfire, bolstering public morale and solidifying support for Flynn's leadership. The people of Earth, once fearful of the skies, now looked up with a sense of pride and determination. As Flynn and Val reviewed the battle's outcomes, they knew this victory was significant but not decisive. The Xerox could return, possibly with reinforcements. Earth needed to prepare for a long conflict, potentially extending into uncharted territories of space. However, for the moment, Earth had asserted its place in the cosmos, not just as survivors but as formidable defenders of their ancient legacy. The tide had turned, but the journey was far from over. Following Earth's decisive victory over the Xaro fleet, Dr. Elias Vau dedicated himself to deeper explorations of the ancient artifacts. These explorations were not just for new technologies but also to piece together the narrative of humanity's past greatness and its implications for the future. In his lab, surrounded by relics that buzzed with latent power, Dr. Vau uncovered what could only be described as a cosmic chronicle, a detailed history engraved in a crystalline matrix. As he translated the complex symbols, a story emerged of a time when humanity was not merely part of a galactic community, but one of its architects. The chronicle revealed that humans had once established a vast network of alliances across multiple galaxies, facilitating peace and prosperity through innovation and diplomacy. This golden age had ended in a cataclysmic event, details of which were still unclear but seemed linked to a mysterious entity or force that had caused widespread devastation. Dr. Vau called General Marcus Flynn to his lab, eager to share these revelations. "Marcus, the more we uncover, the clearer it becomes. Our ancestors weren't just advanced, they were foundational to the galactic structure. The implications are profound." Flynn, examining the crystalline chronicle, felt the weight of their ancestry. "This makes our fight not just about survival, but about reclaiming our rightful place in the galaxy. What do we know about the event that ended this golden age?" Vau pointed to a series of etched diagrams depicting a great darkness spreading through the stars. "It's vague, but it suggests some kind of invasion or a plague of cosmic scale. It appears our ancestors sacrificed much to contain it, leading to the fall of their civilization and a regression to the Dark Ages." Understanding the gravity of their past, Flynn formulated a new directive. "We need to prepare, not just for conflicts with the likes of the Xerox, but possibly against the resurgence of whatever this was. It's no longer just about technology, it's about understanding and preparing for all threats." The news of Earth's ancient role in the galaxy stirred a mix of pride and responsibility among its people. Flynn addressed the United Nations, presenting the discoveries and their implications for Earth's policy and defense. "We are the descendants of a civilization that once guarded the galaxy. It is our responsibility to rise to that legacy, not just for our own defense, but for the stability of the galaxy." As Earth's leaders digested this new identity, preparations intensified. Vawa's team worked to adapt the ancient technologies for modern use, while also deciphering defensive strategies used by their ancestors. Meanwhile, Flynn initiated a series of diplomatic missions to neighboring star systems, not only to warn of the Zaro threat, but also to re-establish old alliances. Guided by the ancient maps and records, Flynn's diplomacy bore fruit, as several civilizations, intrigued and impressed by Earth's heritage and recent show of force, began to open dialogues about mutual defense and trade. Earth was slowly being reintegrated into the galactic community, this time as a respected power. Back on Earth, Flynn and Val, now working closely together, planned the next steps. "We need all the help we can get," Flynn noted, both from our new allies and from our own history. Val nodded in agreement, his eyes fixed on the glowing artifacts. "There's still much to learn, and I have a feeling that these artifacts hold the keys not just to our past but also to our future security." As Earth continued to fortify its defenses using both rediscovered ancient tech and new alliances, it stood not just on the brink of survival but on the precipice of a renaissance, ready to reclaim its ancient stature and protect the galaxy once again. The resurgence of Earth as a formidable force in the galaxy had not gone unnoticed, especially by the Zaro Empire. After their humiliating defeat, they had retreated, but not for long. Intelligence reports now indicated that the Xerox, under the pressure of their emperor, were amassing a significantly larger force for a decisive strike against Earth. It seemed they intended to crush Earth's spirit completely, viewing it as a challenge to their dominion and an affront to their pride. General Marcus Flynn, aware of the impending assault, coordinated a global defense strategy. He stationed Earth's newly formed Galactic Defense Fleet at strategic points, based on the ancient star maps and tactical data found in the artifacts. Dr. Elias Vau's latest discovery, a defensive technology known as the Halo Grid, capable of neutralizing incoming projectiles over a large area, was implemented on a massive scale. As the Zaro fleet approached, a tension-filled calm settled over Earth's citizens. Though nervous, they trusted in the capabilities of their military and the leadership of Flynn, who had become a symbol of Earth's resilience and strength. In the command center, Flynn reviewed the deployment of forces with his top advisors. "Every unit knows their role. We've prepared for this, and we will stand firm. Today, we protect our home and our future," he declared, his voice resolute and commanding. The battle commenced as the Zaro fleet entered the outer reaches of the solar system. The Halo Grid was activated, creating a dazzling array of light above Earth that intercepted several volleys of energy blasts from the Xerox. Meanwhile, Earth's fleet, enhanced with Starlance drives, maneuvered with unprecedented speed and agility. They engaged the Zaro ships with precision, forcing them into defensive positions. Flynn, monitoring the battle from Earth, communicated constantly with his fleet commanders, directing their movements like a grand chess master. His strategy was clear: wear down the Zaro forces with superior tactics and technology until they had no option but to retreat. Dr. Vau, though a scientist, found himself on the bridge of the flagship, having insisted on witnessing the application of the technologies he had helped to rediscover. He watched in awe as the human fleet, empowered by ancient knowledge and modern courage, turned the tide against the Xerox. Captain Ural, commanding the Zaro forces, realized too late that the situation was dire. His ships, though powerful, were not prepared for the sophisticated strategies and technologies Earth deployed. In a desperate move, he attempted to break through the Halo Grid with a concentrated burst of energy, only to see it dissipate harmlessly against the shimmering barrier. Recognizing the futility of continued combat, Ural initiated a retreat, signaling his forces to disengage and regroup. Flynn, observing the withdrawal, gave the order to cease fire but to remain vigilant. "Let them go," he stated firmly. "We've made our point." As the Zaro fleet dwindled in the view screens, cheers erupted across Earth's command centers and cities. The battle was not just a victory, it was a declaration that Earth was no longer a silent player in the galactic arena. Flynn and Val stood side by side, watching the remnants of the Zaro fleet disappear into the distance. "Today we defended not just our planet but our place in history," Flynn remarked, his gaze still fixed on the stars. Val nodded, feeling a mix of relief and anticipation. "And tomorrow we continue to unlock the secrets of our ancestors to ensure that Earth never faces such a threat again, unprepared." The battle, now known as the Final Stand, would go down in history as the moment Earth truly reclaimed its ancient heritage as a leader among the stars, ready to face any future challenges with wisdom and unity. In the aftermath of the Final Stand, Earth experienced a renaissance not seen since the days of its ancient galactic prominence. With the threat of the Zaro Empire receding, humanity was free to focus on reconstruction and exploration, both of which were accelerated by the rediscovered ancient technologies. General Marcus Flynn, now hailed as the protector of Earth, shifted his focus from warfare to diplomacy and rebuilding. He established the Galactic Council of Earth, a new body designed to manage the relationships between Earth and the other civilizations of the galaxy. It was a time of rapid expansion into space, and Flynn was determined that humanity would be seen as a leader and a peacemaker. Dr. Elias Vao and his team, meanwhile, continued to delve into the wealth of knowledge contained within the artifacts. Each discovery brought new advancements in energy, medicine, and science, catapulting human civilization forward at an unprecedented pace. We are not just recovering our past, we are shaping our future. Vao often said during his many public lectures, which were broadcast across the globe and watched by millions. Humanity's new era was marked by an explosion of cultural and technological growth. Cities expanded upwards and outwards, with new buildings and entire districts constructed using advanced materials and methods. On Earth and its colonies, people enjoyed a quality of life previously imagined only in science fiction. Flynn watched this transformation with a sense of pride and a bit of awe. The unity and enthusiasm with which people embraced their new role in the galaxy were beyond what he had hoped for. We've not only defended our home but have also opened the doors to possibilities we never imagined, he reflected during a speech at the United Nations. In space, Earth's fleets, once purely military, now also served as explorers and peacekeepers. Flynn had personally overseen the transformation of the military fleet into the Galactic Exploration and Defense Service, emphasizing Earth's commitment to peace and stability in the galaxy. The relationship with the Xerox, too, had evolved. After the defeat, a new leader arose who was more open to dialogue. Earth and the Zaro Empire slowly started to mend fences, with Earth offering aid and technology exchange programs as a gesture of goodwill. This was a testament to Flynn's vision of a galaxy where conflicts were resolved not by war but through cooperation and understanding. On Earth, Dr. Vao established the Institute of Ancient Studies, a place dedicated to studying the artifacts and the ancient human civilization. The institute became a hub for scholars, scientists, and students from across the galaxy eager to learn about the rich history and advanced technology of ancient humanity. As the first anniversary of the final stand approached, Flynn and Vao stood together at a newly erected monument commemorating the event. It was not just a celebration of victory but a recognition of humanity's journey back to its rightful place among the stars. "We've come a long way," Elias Flynn said, looking out over the crowd of faces, human and alien alike, that had gathered for the ceremony. "Yes," Marcus Vao replied, his eyes reflecting the bright light of the setting sun. "And we still have further to go, but now we go forward together." As the ceremony concluded, the sun dipped below the horizon, and the stars began to twinkle in the evening sky, a reminder of the vast, unexplored reaches of space that awaited them. Humanity had not only reclaimed its ancient heritage, but was now ready to forge a new legacy among the stars, a legacy of peace, wisdom, and exploration. This was truly a new dawn for humanity, bright with promise and infinite potential. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. For every comment that says "we will heart" every single one of them, thank you for your time.